Miquel Barceló is an artist from Spain. He was born in Mallorca in 1957, and he didn't go to art school, but by 82, he was chosen to participate in the Documenta in Kassel. So Miquel became almost like a celebrity in Spain, because after that he was taken by major galleries in Paris, in Zurich, in New York, and already had shows in museums in the 80s. No? But anyway, his work is often has a connection with literature in different ways. So the idea of the show in DOX Foundation, called Miquel Barceló and the Written Words, was a show dedicated to investigate this area of work by his. We divided the exhibition like in 3 sections, and in the ground floor, that is where we are now, we show a selection of illustrations of his 3 books that he's done. The interesting thing about the watercolors for these books is that he introduced the fantastic in the world of Miquel. Before, his work is always based on reality, but here you can see that it's sometimes strange characters or people who are plants and animals that you see what they are, and they're more mysterious, and I think the illustrations open this realm of the fantastic in his work. Well, this is the middle room of the exhibition. Behind me now is a series of ceramics that he's named with the name of famous philosophers. It's a bit humorous, you know, because they really don't explain anything about Wittgenstein or whoever they are. But this is Wittgenstein, for example. But they have a sense of humor, no? And then there is also this series here of linocats. This 2015. These works are quite recent, that are portraits of writers that he likes. And this is called Hamlet. So you can see that there is a book on the table. And it's interesting because at this time he did a lot of still lifes with food. But besides the food, there were always cigarettes, alcohol, and books. It somehow presents reading as an addiction, or reading as something that you need to survive, like food. So it has this kind of ideas, no? He did a series of libraries at this time. And he said that it was not a direct influence, but he thought that reading was helping him to be a better person, you know? And he was discover literature at the same time he was becoming a well-known artist. And then he put books in his paintings. In the library sometimes will be Nabokov and Kafka and Proust and Joyce, Beckett, the writers that he liked. No? This painting they're very not very well-known works, but he became friends in 1990 of Hervé Guibert, who was a very good photographer and French writer, who was one of the first famous people who got AIDS and wrote about it. And they became very good friends with Miquel. And Miquel did a series of portraits made with material that disappeared. So he was trying to show the idea of the sickness, because Hervé Guibert was losing weight and changing a lot. So the hat was blue, for example, and it's already gone, no? This room has the most recent works in the exhibition, well, like the prints or the ceramics downstairs, no? This is a very large work, as you can see. It's called Noah's Ark, from the Bible, that you remember that the ark was saving couples. Miquel told me that he was first not thinking about that. He was thinking of cut objects or fruits, no? So you see the pears. this is a series from 2020, and you see all of these boats about to sink, and they have names like Lorca, Verlaine, Poe, Yeats, Michaud. So they refer to poets, no? It's a kind of romantic idea because it's a very famous people, but he paints it as shipwrecked. And then the last one is the most recent of all, I think, and this is called Taula Goliardica. Taula means table, and the Goliards is the group of libertine monks in the Middle Ages that were traveling all over Europe, and they were performing in festivals or in parties, reading poems or singing and getting drunk. So they have this kind of festive poetry that was very popular in the Middle Ages, no? And they have this idea also of the artist as a person who is different to others, no?